Morning, gang. It's Saturday, the 28th of December 2019. Welcome along to our little chat show on this Saturday morning, boys and girls. Nice to be back here in the Mirable studio here in Royal Berkshire, where it has warmed up, I'm pleased to say. I couldn't hear the heating whirring around too quickly this morning. We're in for some reasonable weather, obviously not summer weather. And thank God it's not as hot as it is in Australia. Have you seen those fires? Frightening. Absolutely frightening. Anyway, it says spring in the new year. Temperatures in Britain are tipped to... I love it when they say that. They're tipped to soar. You know, like we're about to go into the 70s, 80s and 90s. 25, 26, 27, 28. I'm all right till about 20... Actually, I like a fairly sort of mild sort of summer temperature, if you see what I mean. Sort of around about 72, 73, I'm quite comfortable. Once we start getting in the 80s, I'm like, oh, it's a bit hot here, you know. Although I'd rather be a bit hot than a bit cold. Yeah, it says temperatures in Britain are tipped to soar to a spring-like 15 degrees centigrade, dear. So that's 15, so that's 30, 40, 30 times 2, 30, it's about 60. About 60. Forecasters say a high-pressure front moving up from the south may bring warm and unseasonable conditions to much of the UK. This is in the Sun this morning. Time to plant the tomato plants. Let's have early tomatoes. Huh? Sounds a good idea to me. Early tomato plants. You know, last year, you may remember this if you've been with the show a while. Last year, when I was driving around with my sister and brother-in-law, this would have been the springtime, I think sort of around about March, April, in Lincolnshire. What people do is they start plants off, you know, from seeds. And there's a kind of little sideline, brings them in a little bit of cash. They grow these plants onto so big, you know, I mean, a few inches tall, and they put them out the front with a little plate, and you buy them as you're driving. You don't need to knock on the door. Everyone trusts each other out there. You kind of drive along, you see these plants. Oh, well, I'll have some of those. You know, help yourself to 4 or 5 plants, and you leave, I don't know, £1.50 in a little plate or something like that. Anyway, I got a load of these last year. There must have been... I must have had 10 tomato plants and a couple of cucumber plants as well. I think that's all I had, I think. And I grew these on. You know, I bought these and took them back and repotted them and bought some earth. Bought some bigger pots up from the house down here. Grew them up, and sure enough, and it's where the positioning of the pots are, the sun hits them. It's perfect position for growing tomatoes and things like that outside the front of the caravan, right? And these grew, little red tomatoes, and they got bigger and bigger, and nice big tomatoes, and I left them. And I never picked them. I mean, how mad is that to go through all that effort and then not to actually use the tomatoes? And I remember my sister coming round. She says, aren't you going to use those tomatoes? And I said, oh, at some point, you know. Well, I mean, it went on. August, a load of them were ready by August, September, October. By November, of course, they were rotting on the plants. And now the whole plants are dead anyway. Complete and utter waste of time. But I get pleasure out of growing things, you know, plants and I've always liked doing garden things. In the Sun again, it says the mercury could reach highs of 14 to 15 degrees centigrade. Figures not normally seen until April or May. So that's good for us. Good for us. Well, not necessarily good. I mean, does that mean the wasps aren't being killed off? You know. Oh yeah. Do you remember that summer? Was it 2 or 3 years ago? We had a terrible problem with wasps. In fact, in Woodall Spa, which is where my sister lives, the wasps actually got inside the co-op. And they were hanging around like fruit and stuff in the co-op. It was awful. Awful. Dreadful. I mean, what can they do? When you think about it, you can't spray insecticide all over the fresh fruit and vegetables, can you? I doubt very much they could catch any of them. Oh, I don't like wasps. I'm sure they do something very good to the environment. Ow, they do something good to the environment. You gotta leave them alone. Oh, you haven't killed a wasp, have ya? People looking for faults. Negative people, boys and girls. Negative people that you need to cut out of your lives, dear. Cut them off. Experts from the Met Office say the warmest places are likely to be sheltered parts of the North Wales and North East. Well, that's kind of up that way, isn't it? In Athens, the predicted highs are just 9 degrees. Ha! Bye-bye, Greece. won't be coming there. And Rome, temperatures only tipped to reach around 11 centigrade. I was in Rome in September, about 5 years ago. Yeah, we stayed at this most delightful little hotel, which was a converted convent. And we did the Vatican and walking around. I never got to that fountain, the Tremoli fountain or something like that. I had a little bit of a walk around. That was quite nice, but it was horrendously hot in the Vatican Museum. Really painfully hot in there. The warmest spell is, and it goes on about weather things. It says his time is oh, hang on, what is that? We are a much needed heat bubble will send the temperature story. And then it goes on about technical issues and things like that. I don't know what they're going on about here. Now, if you're watching us on Facebook Live, welcome along, boys and girls. I'm afraid you only get the first 10 minutes of the show. You need to join us on YouTube. Take a little note of that little ticker tape thing going on along on the bottom there. Follow the instructions and you can join us on YouTube. Then you get your messages read out, as long as they are of interest to people, not stupid messages. I try and read out all the important messages, my darlings, and at least give you a name check. And you can join us there on youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. Right? youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. I'll just come to your messages in a moment. I'm not feeling too clever at the moment. After my asthma problem on Christmas Day, it's left me with this bit of a chest and a little bit of a head as well. Something wrong with my head at the moment. So I'll apologise if I'm not sounding as booming as I do usually. We must carry on, dear. Like mummy's brave little soldiers. We must carry on. So I've got a bit of a chest at the moment, which generally happens if I spend too much time, unfortunately, in my sister's house. It's just how things are, and you kind of just put up with it, and that's it. All right? Okay, let's have a look at you. Who's with us this morning? Who's nice and early? Jason Hughes regains his crown. Regained his crown as although he didn't get an OBE, did you? Well, we got the OBE list. No, I'm not on it. No, I'm not on it. Neither is David Beckham. Good. And do you know why I think David Beckham isn't on that list? Right? Because his blooming missus keeps going on about it. He don't say a lot, does he? It's her. She goes on and on. Oh, I think he should get that. And that's why. Don't keep blooming asking. I don't think people like it when you keep asking and wanting things all the time. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. I think that's why he's not got it. Okay, we're leaving you now on Facebook Live. Join us on YouTube. See you over there, all right? There we are. I think that's probably why he's not getting that that OBE, CBE, or whatever it is. Elton John's got something, hasn't he? Where is it now? Have I got it here? Our New Year's honours list. New Year's honours list. Grease star Olivia Newton-John. You're the one that I want. Come on, lads. How many of you fancied Olivia Newton-John in those leather trousers? You did, didn't you? What if I put some leather ones on? Would you fancy me in those? I'll come to the New Year's honours list in a moment. So good morning to Jason Hughes. Hello to Mick Davenport. Mandy there. Good morning to Luke Trott. Welcome to the show, Luke. The Shed Singer is in the house. Good morning to you. Hello to High Grade Gaming. Angela Walters there. She's in Australia. Very hot there at the moment, dear. I don't know how you're coping in that. Cool. Have you got air conditioning in your place? I hope you have. Morning to Heidi Oliver. Joey Millen in the house. Hello, young Joey. Oh, that my little thing got stuck there in just a moment. Joey says, Christmas is now over. Perhaps it is for you, Joey. It's not for us. If you want to be miserable and boring and go back to a normal life earlier than necessary, then you go back to it. We will continue celebrating Christmas for the 12 days of Christmas, dear. Do you not know the song? On the first day of Christmas, so that would be Boxing Day, my true love sent to me a partridge in a pear tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 2 turtle doves and a partridge. I mean, I could go on forever if you want to me. And then there's our favourite one. On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 5 gold rings. 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. Yes, there's 12 days of Christmas. Jerry, are you by any chance one of those people who had their Christmas tree up in November? That's why you're fed up with it. But there we are. No one takes any notice of me. Don't take any notice of me. You just go ahead and do your own thing and that's it, darling. And then Christmas comes and gone and you're bored looking at it. Well, that's because you put it up too early. Thank you. Good morning to Sam458. Good morning, Sam. Hello to George Bonds. What did you get for Christmas, George? Do let us know. We are intrigued. We are intrigued to know what you got for Christmas, George. We haven't seen you since Christmas, have we? So welcome back. Oh, talking of music and that, do you remember what I said to you? The lovely Diane Jeb, she hasn't appeared on my list, she's probably there. Diane Jeb so kindly sent me a little box of little treats and bits and pieces, right? One of which was a singing, dancing Christmas tree. Do you remember that? Remember that? And I had it displayed behind me on the last show, actually, on Thursday, when we were with you last. And I said to you then, and I push a button and it sings. I can't remember what it was. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It might have been that one or something else. Can't remember anyway. And I said to you, oh, no doubt the copyright police will pick that up. Guess what? They did. Oh, yes. You get a little message from YouTube. Oh, this video is not eligible for monetization because there's a copyright thing on it. This is not a copyright strike. Just to let you know that the people who own the music may put an ad in your show. For like, you know, how long was that on for? 3 seconds? God, you have to be so careful. That's why we have to be so careful. There's a lot of rumours, actually, and I just want to clear some of those up for you. Not about me. There's no rumours about me. Listen, let me tell you, everything you hear about me is true, okay? There are no rumours. It's all true. But some of the things that people seem to often put on their Facebook or something like that, if you're going to play someone else's music, you're not allowed to, okay? It's a copyright thing. Now, YouTube seem to have some sort of deal with various record companies and music publishing houses and that sort of thing, in that you can do their music, but in exchange, you have to agree to have someone else's ads on your show. That's kind of how it works. And you can get copyright strikes on YouTube, which can be quite serious. Okay, I'm not sure what the difference is between getting a message like I've never had a copyright strike. I get messages saying, you know, oh, you've played a certain piece of music, therefore you can't monetize this video, which means you can't make any money from it, which doesn't matter to me, to be honest. You can't monetize this video. However, this is not a copyright strike. That I often get that. I get a lot. I will have 5, 6, 7, 8 of those during a karaoke night. Seriously, right? I don't know how you get that or a copyright strike. What makes you get a copyright strike? Because I'm a bit confused with those two things. Because the last thing anyone wants is a copyright strike. You don't want that. I think you're allowed 3 of those and then you get taken off channel. I mean, where would we all be? Wouldn't have anything to do, would you? You'd be bored to tears. So that's that. So, and a lot of people seem to be under the illusion that, oh, well, if you play less than 10 seconds of a song, then that's allowed. No, it's not. 10 seconds isn't allowed. Neither is 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1 second. If you're playing someone's music, that's it. And the other thing people seem to be completely confused about, especially on some of the karaoke channels, I've noticed this, is when people, they film themselves singing a song, right? And then they put under that, no copyright infringement intended. Okay? You are infringing copyright by doing it. You don't put no and that gets you out of it. You're doing it, therefore you are infringing copyright. And there'll be possibly 1 or 2 of you shaking their head, no, that's wrong. No, it's absolutely correct. If you are singing and using someone else's music without permission, then that's not allowed. And you might get away with it, okay? But putting a disclaimer up there of any sort at all is not going to help. In fact, you are actually drawing attention to the fact then, you know? Believe me, I know a lot about this. You talk to my brother-in-law, he'll tell you exactly the same. Putting a disclaimer up, no copyright infringement intended, is absolute twaddle. That's a good word. Twaddle. Because you were doing it. It's like saying, it's like going out today and running over a small child, while you're driving along and saying, I know I've run him over, but there was no injury there. No injury there. I didn't mean to do it. Well, you still did it, though, you see? I didn't mean to do it, I've run over a small child. Not to make, fun of such a thing. I've run over a small child, but I didn't mean to do it. Yeah, but you still did it. Doesn't matter. You still did it. Okay, so that, you see what I mean? So that's the same thing with the copyright thing. So with those of you that put that up there, you're wasting your time. You might as well just do it and hope for the best and be done with it, all right? Good morning to Rachel. Very good morning to Rachel. Anthony Warmby, good morning to you, who's watching with his two daughters, Scarlett and Sophie. Good morning, Scarlett and Sophie. How old are you two? Did you get a nice presents from Daddy? Did you? I hope you got nice presents from Daddy. Good morning to Heidi. A very good morning to you. Hello to LaBelle. I am her emerald-eyed jumper of winter magic. That's what it is. Winter magic. Here we are. If I had the effects where I could go like that, and lots of little sparkles would come out of me. Do you ever use that in your shows, LaBelle? You're like a handful of glitter or something that you throw up into the air. Very dangerous for the eyes, glitter. They're only bits of plastic, aren't they? That must be bad for the environment, mustn't it? Glitter. Is it right? I saw a story some time ago about these glitter capsules that people take so that when they go to the toilet, it looks all glittery in the toilet. Why would you even want to do that? God, there's some very, very strange people, I tell you that. Sam458 in the house. Good morning, Sam. Sophie is 5 and Scarlett is 6. Lovely. Yes, my great nieces and nephews are around that age too. We got George, who's 7. We got, in order. Oh, they get very upset if you're not in order. Oh, yes. You start getting phone calls from the parents. Either my niece or it'd be my nephew. Oh, you mentioned them kids. What about mine? What about mine? It'd be a bit like that. So I do it in order. Evie is 7. George is 7. Emily is 6. Harry is 6 or 5. Always best to say if you're not sure. Don't pretend. Don't pretend. Always best to say if you're not sure. Harry is 5 or 6. Then we got Olivia, who I think is 3 or 4. And then James, who's 2. There we are. That's all of them so far. So far. And my other nephew's got a girlfriend who are quite close. We're waiting for the first one from there. Waiting. I did ask him when he was getting married at Christmas. No answer there. Good morning to SOS Gregorian. Morning to you. I was watching the old classic Doctor Who episodes in black and white. Gosh, they are old. That must have been either William Hartnell or the tall thin bloke. I can't remember who he is with dark hair. Was that who you were watching yesterday? What episodes were you watching? George Bond got an Amazon for Christmas. I try not to say that word, George, because it sets everyone's thing off. But he got an Amazon for Christmas as well. Which one did you get, George? Are you having great fun with it? It's good, isn't it? We like our Amazon smart speakers. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning to Paul and Lou. Morning to Paul and Blue Spanner Lou. Morning to you. Thumbs up, everyone, please. Thumbs up is the little thing at the bottom. It's not actually a thumbs up. It's like a click, the thing at the bottom. You says whether it says either good or bad. There's usually one person who puts bad. We don't know who that is, but it seems to give them satisfaction, so we just let them carry on doing it. Thank you. Good morning to Amelia Dodd. Good morning to Adrian Richardson. Morning, Adrian. I found one of your raffle tickets out today. Look. Here. God knows how. 684. Okay. It was sitting on the top here, so I don't know how that happened. It must have been from last week. It wasn't from last week's raffle, was it? 684. That is this week's numbers. Yeah, 675's in there, so it must have been. So I don't know how that got left there. Must have been left there from Monday when we'd done the last show up from here, wasn't it? Oh, just a moment. Oh, where were we scrolling there? Oh, sorry, I've just jumped forward a little bit there. Spamming is capitals. It's not. It's not. How is spamming capitals? No, it's not. It just means shouting, doesn't it? Lots of people like to shout, don't they? I don't know why. Rachel wants a hat there. Here, Rachel. Maybe you'll win one tomorrow. We got the bingo tomorrow, gang. Who's joining in for the bingo tomorrow? Anyone? You need to register for the bingo, okay? You need to register for the bingo. If you want to join us tomorrow night for bingo, 8 o'clock is bingo time. Send me an email and request or ask. You don't need to request. I'll add you automatically. Just say, please add me to the bingo for tomorrow night and you'll be in. But you've got to do that today before tomorrow. Once tomorrow comes, too late. You must be added to the system. I have removed a couple of people from the system who didn't turn up many, many times. So if you haven't sort of turned up for the bingo for the last 3 or 4 times and made yourself known, you may want to email in to be re-added. But I have to go through that to remove people as they get to the top. Otherwise, it kind of jams up the whole thing, you see. So you need to keep turning up. Otherwise, you get taken off. That doesn't mean you've been punished or anything like that. It just frees up the system at the top so that when people win, they're actually there, rather than us waiting for 2 minutes and no one turns up for the prize, you see. And if that happens 3 or 4 times, that's just annoying. And the people screaming and shouting the other day, 2 minutes is too long. No, I think that's about right. I had thought of making it a minute, but I think even that will be too short for people to catch up. Especially Adrian the other day. Mind you, it wouldn't have, if this was the case with Adrian, who's with us this morning, it would have been no good to him. But one day he was watching the show, he was like 13 minutes behind apparently. Something like that, 13 minutes behind. So that's why we give 2 minutes is a decent time, all right? Paul and Lou, why did Billy Ocean get an MBE? Isn't that like 30 years too late? Because we love him. Suddenly, life has new meaning to me. There's beauty up above and things I never take notice of. You wake up, suddenly, you're in love. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. The copyright police won't get me for that one. It's too badly sung. Like my rendition of the Polar Express last night. What happened there, eh? I tried to sing Polar Express, which I have done, actually. I've only done it, I think, once, maybe twice. And you can only do it, like, once a year anyway. Oh, it's 10 o'clock, time for my pills. You can only do it once a year anyway. And I think I might have known the words a little bit better last time than I did this time, right? Anyway, so this song come up, Wishing on a Star. You know that one? I'm wishing on a star. La da. You see, I don't know the words. La da 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 da. Da 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 da. That one. Yeah? And that's, of course, from, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best, Christmas film of all time, The Polar Express. Better than White Christmas. Better than Elf. Better than Santa Claus, The Polar Express. It's just so charming. Absolutely charming film. Anyway, so I got up and started singing the song, and I'm looking at the words. Number one, the words didn't change colour, so you need to know where to sing them. So they're just on the screen. Usually with karaoke, the words change colour, and as they change colour, you sing them, right? So the words didn't change colour on this particular version of the Polar Express that I've got. Number two, the words so you'd get like 4 lines, I'm wishing on a star, da 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 da, and then the next screen should come on. Well, number two, the next screen didn't appear immediately. So it might go da 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 da, and then the next screen would appear. So you've missed those 3 words. So you're constantly trying to catch up. And then it came to a snowy scene. Now, some karaoke screens, in my opinion, preferable, are literally lettering on a black background. That's it. And it's quite easy to read. This one had pictures behind it, very pretty pictures. Some of them had very pretty pictures. The if you know anything about karaoke, the DK selection of discs. They're all pictures behind them, DK, right? I can't remember which version this was, but nevertheless, it had lovely pictures behind it, and one of them was a scene of snow. Well, the lettering was white, and you couldn't see the the white lettering against the snow. So I had to abandon that one, dear. Couldn't do it. Couldn't see the lettering. Never mind. But Billy Ocean, yeah, why shouldn't he get an MBE? He's good. Good morning to Chris Gray. Morning, Chris. Hello to one man and his Sprinter van. Paul Jordan in the house. Good morning, Paul. Welcome along, Paul. You would like 5 golden rings. What is it? 5... What is it now? 5 gold rings. Well, some people sing gold, Mark. Good morning, Mark. Some people sing gold and other people sing golden. 5 golden rings or 5 gold rings. I think the correct one is just gold. I sing golden sometimes as well. So there we are. Yeah, Rachel's copyright. I hate it. I understand copyright, right? But when it's like a bloke or a lady sitting there in their bedroom just singing along to a karaoke track with 3 people watching, how is that going to affect any artist's income? There's just no sense to it. Common sense in this world has gone completely amiss, even at a karaoke night. You know, take last night's karaoke night. Maybe, I don't know, Ray Reynolds would have been singing a song, okay, with, a maximum of 15 people watching? How is that going to affect an artist or a record company's income? Answer, it's not. It's not. If I was uploading music directly to some server somewhere and then advertising, there you go, collect your free copy of ELO, Mr. Living Thing there, then yes, I get it. But when it's someone singing over a backing track, it's just stupid. It's just absolutely stupid. However, that is the law, and we have to sing to it, unfortunately. LaBelle, people don't do old Christmas anymore. It's supposed to be till January the 15th. Now, what is... January, the 12 days of Christmas. Isn't that the 7th of January, the 12 days of Christmas? I think it's the 7th. Or it certainly is here. Good morning to Scammer Basher. Can you not use the Fair Use Act? I don't think you can, Scammer. I'm sure you can't. No. No, if you use any sort of anyone's music without permission, then you're not supposed to use it. A lot of people get away with it. Sometimes you don't. I don't think you were with us on Thursday, but literally, Scammer, on Thursday, I had a little Christmas tree, like behind me. You push a button and it dances and starts singing a tune, which happened to be, I can't remember what it was, either Jingle Bell Rock, doesn't matter who it was, but clearly it had been recorded from an artist of some sort, and presumably the maker of the tree had permission to use it. But I played it, and immediately I got the email, 5 seconds of playing this Christmas tree. Who is going to copy that and play it on some sort of audio device forevermore? Answer, no one. But no, that's a copyright thing, that is. So there we are. Mandy's got the idea. Christmas decorations. Hers go up 12 days before Christmas and come down 12 days after. Absolutely, Mandy. Anthony, my daughters have a YouTube channel, and YouTube sent a message saying that we're going to put adverts in because of copyright, even though they said the video was okay. Did you use other people's music? Because if you did, that's why. That's why. If you were using anyone else's music, unless you're signed up to some sort of company, you know the music I have now, at the beginning and the end, you know that changed over the last over the last 3 months or so. That's with an organisation, what's they called? Endeavour Music? Endemic Music? Oh, I can't remember now what they're called. Anyway, and this company, they have a very large catalogue of all sorts of tunes. Tunes with vocals, like a song, or bits and other tunes and bits and pieces like that. And I've signed up with that. It was my brother-in-law that put me in touch with them, and it costs me £10 a month. And for that £10 a month, I can choose as much music as I want and play out all sorts of different bits and pieces. Let me play some of you now. I've got a few bits here that I've downloaded. And you see, I can use these and there's no problem with copyright. Yeah. I like powerful orchestral bits of music. Here, I've got loads here. Listen, here, let's see what we got here. What's this one? That might be me. That might be my... We got bird noise. We got sound effects. Hey, what's this? Moonlight Night. What's this one? That's one of my favourite ones, that one. It's called Moonlight Night. It's great, isn't it? There's our old beach house. What's this? The beginning of an era. We'll do one more. Undaunted Warrior. Let's try that. So, and there's all sorts there. There's comedy pieces, there's film scores and everything, all for just £10 a month. And I pay that, and there's no trouble with the copyright at all. So that's how that works, all right? Jason, there you go. He puts his decorations up Christmas Eve and down on Boxing Day. We all used to put our decorations up on Christmas Eve. I remember doing that. And, I think at one point it was 2 weeks before Christmas. No, it's too early, Mum would say, and we wouldn't put them up. There was a little story that we did towards the end, I think, of November, beginning of December, and that a survey was done, and people that put up their Christmas decorations early, it makes them happy. So, whatever, each and every one to themselves. I personally don't think you should put your Christmas decorations up for more than a few days before Christmas. But that's only my personal thing and whatever. Let's just scroll down a little bit there. LaBelle, I thought you blatantly playing the original recording, not for its original purpose, is when you get into trouble. This is what I thought as well. But... you see, the people that make the karaoke tracks, they themselves are copyrighted a lot of the time. If I play like a version of Elton John, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me, if I play that as a backing track and someone sings it, I might get the copyright message, oh, this is copyright by Carasoft Music. Those tunes are copywritten as well, you see. That's the thing. Morning to Sean Pye. Good morning, Sean. Jason, I've mentioned the karaoke already. Have you been paying full attention? I haven't finished talking about it yet. Heidi's got seagulls flying around the house. Oh, you must have put some food out there. Oh, dear. It's the birds. They're going to attack, Heidi. Keep your windows closed, darling. Very frightening. Good morning to Joanna. Morning, Dr. Gregorian. Oh, he's got BritBox. Have you subscribed to BritBox? All I've got is Netflix. I'm actually sharing that account with someone at the moment. I may have to get my own account soon, but yes, all I've got is Netflix. Oh no, I've got Amazon Prime. I've got that as well, which I really got so I could get my parcels, delivered free of charge. But talking of which, I have ordered something, boys and girls. I have ordered. Do you remember that old computer that I'm using up at the caravan? I'm fed up with that. Oh, it drives me nuts. You push buttons and wait 10 minutes for a web page to appear. Anyway, I've ordered one. I ordered from Amazon. Very good price. And Amazon, those of you who want the technical bits, it's got an i5 in it. And I think it's 8 gig of RAM. Basically, I only use it to look at web pages and to play out music. It's refurbished, £129, running Windows 10, the same as all the rest of them I have. Fantastic value. Fantastic. And the reason I bought refurbished was because the main computer, the broadcast computer there, which has got an i7 in it, that's refurbished as well. And you can save a considerable amount of money buying a refurbished computer. It's something I always said I'd never do, buy something like a computer refurbished. But I had the other one 6, 7, 8 months or so now, and that's been perfectly all right. So I thought, well, let's do that again. A similar thing, brand new, 350, 400 quid. I've got this for £129. Don't come with a screen, because I've got all that. You don't need the screen, the keyboard. I think the amount of stuff, when you buy a new computer, you get a screen and a keyboard and a mouse. Well, you've got all that already. Why are you buying it again? So I've got all that. It's just the box. So £129, as I say, Windows 10, i5 processor in there, and 8 gig of RAM. I think that'll sort out the problem, don't you? Fingers crossed. So that's right. In fact, I think that's arriving at my sister's house today, if I remember rightly. LaBelle doesn't use glitter. I wear rhinestones. It sparkles more, of course. How foolish of me to think otherwise, my dear. Rhinestones, that's what we like. Shedsinger, Santa's only gone and got me front section ticket to Manila in Manchester in May. Last time I went, it was 1990. Well done. Well done. I'm front row in Cardiff. I'm front row in Cardiff, and it was a complete accident. I got them because I looked and I'd given up. I'd given up trying to get a ticket, decent ticket, through the Manilow fan club. That's become very difficult, and I just try. I give up in the end. And it was my friend Wendy, who sometimes joins us for the show. She put on there, I can't believe I got front row Cardiff, and I thought, oh. And this is quite some time after they were released, and I went on there. Well, blow me down. There were 2 front row tickets at normal price. Hell of a lot cheaper than what I've paid for front row tickets to go and see him before. I like to be so close to him I can see the hairs coming out of his nose. And there are. I mean, he should do something about that, really. Go to one of those hairdressers. And the ears as well, when he used the flames. Don't ever try that yourself. I did. I nearly lost half of my head. Rachel's seen the new Wurzel Gummidge. Haven't seen the programme. Not liking the face, though. Do you think, Rachel, though, that's because we're used to John Pertwee, the best ever Doctor Who? I think Mr. Gregorian would agree with that as well. I think so, yeah. There we are. Good morning to Diane Jeb. Morning, Diane. Oh, those of you that are waiting for stuff to be posted, that will be going off this morning. Fran Green, are you with us this morning? Did you get your fridge magnet? If not, I'm going to post you another one today. Please let us know. Morning to Colin K. Hello to you. Mandy didn't like both Wurzels, the old one or the new one. Hello to Shania. Good morning, Shania. Your dad's pen will be going off this morning, my darling. Okay. Adrian, is that why you never win anything? No, you're just being negative again, Adrian. Very, very negative. You tossed me to the curb, so you must send me my fridge magnet by now. Nope, you've got to win one, same as everyone else. Honestly, you sound like my nieces and nephews. Oh, but I'm your niece. No, you got to win one, same as everyone else. Got to be the same rules for everyone. That's it. Same rules for everyone. Morning to Adam the plumber. He'll be playing bingo, rushing out now to get new ink for the printer, as I run out last time we played and I had to handwrite all the numbers down. Oh, how terrible for you, Adam. You must have a worn-out hand. Yes. Amelia Dodd is joining us for the bingo tomorrow. LaBelle, well, you don't. Well, LaBelle, you're sending messages, so you can play the bingo, darling. What happens? Let me tell you, LaBelle. What happens is that you get an email right before each game, and it's got 15 numbers written on it. You don't actually have to print that out. You could just write down those numbers and cross them out as they come along. And as soon as you win, you just type in bingo to the chat box. And I see it, and then I stop the game. That's how it works. You could still play it, even if you've not got a computer or laptop. You don't need that. If you can, bring up are you watching on a phone or something like that? You could bring up the numbers on your phone, write them down, and then just cross them off like that. You don't actually have to print anything out. All right, my love? Let's just scroll down a little bit. A very good morning to Ian Sharp. Welcome along to the show, Ian. Heidi's going to watch the bingo tomorrow to see how it works. Do you not play the bingo, Heidi? Are you not on the bingo? I'll tell you what. Why don't you just email me, Heidi, and I'll add you to the system, okay? And it's quite easy. Even if you don't play the first game, it doesn't matter. You'll get a bingo ticket if I add you to the system. Whether or not you play it, that's up to you. You know, you can ignore that ticket if you want. And then when you realise how it works, you can play the second and the third games. If you want to, you know. But as I say, you know, if you don't turn up for several games in a row, then I do take you off to free it up at the top there, my loves, all right? Jason, we were talking about Polar Express earlier. Did you hear what we were saying earlier? Have you just joined us? No, you haven't. You've been at the beginning of the show. I have mentioned extensively the Polar Express. It wasn't particularly busy last night at the karaoke. We had a few singers. We only had about 14 singers last night. There were a lot more people there not singing last night, which of course you can't see because they're behind the camera. But it started emptying out, I would say, around about 10 o'clock. We were struggling from about 10. Last night, my trip down to London yesterday from Lincolnshire was incredibly easy. There was just I didn't queue anywhere. I say 3.5 hour journey. It wasn't 3.5 hours last. I had to slow right down. Otherwise, I would have been there far too early. I even stopped in what I call my wee lay-by, where I hurt my foot the other week. I stopped there for 10 minutes and just sat in the car on the internet. And so that 3.5 hour journey could have taken 2.5 hours, 2 hours, 20 minutes last night. There was just nothing on the road at all. It was so quiet. Even the bit for coming through London, we usually queue, I think, somewhere at Barnet. Maybe Barnet. There's a roundabout there that you either go straight on or I go left onto the North Circular Road, I think, somewhere around there. And even that was flowing. There was no queue in it or anything. So easy journey into last night. And it wasn't particularly busy in the pub. However, there was enough people in there for the pub to have made money, which is, of course, what it's all about, the business. So it was worth doing last night. I got there still early, and by 10 to 8, I was ready to go. So I said to the governor, I said, I don't think it's going to be that busy tonight. Should we just do 8 till 11:30? And he said, yeah, that's fine by me. It's not a bad job where you can walk in and tell them what time you're going to go finish, is it? So we carried on. We got there. I think eventually we ran out of singers at about 11:15. We actually ran out of singers, so we just knocked it on the head then, and the bar would have stayed open till 1 o'clock, but there was no one else singing, and most people had gone home by then. But that was okay, you know, it's just one of those things. Let's have a look. The Armenian Christmas is on the 6th of January. Oh, is that right? And it's okay 25. So you have, what do you have, 2 Christmases? Is that in that church? You go to a church, don't you? Armenian advisor sort of there. So, sorry, that's a bit confusing. Armenian Christmas is on 6th of January, but we only get one present, and it's okay 25th of December. Try that again, Mr. Doctor, and we'll go back to that. Morning to Michael Pullman. A very good morning to you. LaBelle, I don't think it's fair to have your live video shut down because the radio is on in the background. It's on the radio. I don't know the station or the music being played, so why do I have to suffer? I agree, LaBelle, but that's how it is. If I was to have the radio on here, LBC or whoever, Radio 1 could be saying, not just Radio 1 would saying, hang on, you're rebroadcasting our radio station, okay? And the people, whatever record is playing, could say, you're playing our music. So it's a double whammy there. Get in terrible trouble. That's how it is. It's all crap. There's no actual common sense to it whatsoever. Like I say, you know, if I was taking a song and uploading it to the internet and then saying, okay, there's a free song for you there, you know, Britney Spears, Baby One More Time, I've uploaded it there, go and download it for free. Yes, very illegal, wrong. Very wrong to do that. But stuff in the back, and you're absolutely right, LaBelle, I agree with you. Sean got a copyright strike. He was making a video in the car and a bloke pulled up next to me playing music. And I got copyright strike. Is that right? Did that really happen to... See, I don't know. How do they differentiate between getting a copyright strike and like a copyright... It's not even so much a warning. It just tells you that you can't monetize this video and that the owner of the song may want to put. And so, what? How do you get a copyright strike or that? You know, I don't know how they work out. Good morning to Michael Lawrence. Welcome along, Michael. Ah, there's Fran. Good morning, Fran. Can you tell me, Fran, did you get your fridge magnet? It's not come. Okay, can you email me your address, please, Fran? Oh, that's the wrong one, isn't it? There we are. Email me your address, Fran, to there, and I will send you another fridge magnet this morning, okay? All right, Fran, if you could do that for me, my darling, send me your full postal address. Can you, sometimes people write the postal address, it looks a bit odd. Can you write the postal address exactly as I have to write it, okay? And that will go off to you this morning. All right, let's just scroll down there. Oh, it's just done it already. Thumbs up and done. Oh, is that the thumbs up? Excuse me. Hey, Mixed Mowers. Oh, that's sent me. Mixed Mowers used to have a copyright claim for having a radio on in the background. There you go. He's got it as well. So there we are. One of those things. Good. The Boston pool. I went swimming after this yesterday. It was, in fact, open yesterday, the swimming pool. But the usual pool was closed, so they sent us all in the training pool, which I'd never been in that before. It's in a separate building, the George Mulder Leisure Centre in Boston. So we went in there yesterday. I think it's as long, but not quite as wide, this particular swimming pool. There's only about 6 of us in there, and the pool boy is sitting up on top of his chair. So I said good morning to him, and he looking completely bored. There's hardly anyone there. But then it was about 10 o'clock. They got this rope which gave you one lane, right? And I noticed some children and parents coming in. Not many. It was only like three adults and about 6 children came in. And they're sitting there. So I thought, well, why are they sitting there? They hadn't got in the pool. So I think it must have been like maybe gym members until 10 o'clock. I don't know. And then they moved the ropes. They moved it from there to there. Right, and I looked at the girl who was doing the right. I said, which is the kids' side, please? She said, that one over there. I said, okay, thanks. So we're on this side. The trouble is with children in the pool, they don't seem to realise that is their section, and they keep coming across. So there's all these old cotters, myself including, and some of the old dears as well, going up and down in our lanes, and the kids are jumping over and coming under the rope and coming across us. Most annoying, dear. Why can't they just stick to their own sides? Very, very annoying. Good morning, Gary. Morning, Gary Butler. Welcome along. Do you know the pub doing for New Year's Eve is having a door charge? Yes, Michael. If you get your tickets in advance, they're £10. I'm not there New Year's Eve. It'd be Wayne M doing karaoke, and I believe there's a buffet, and I believe there's cabaret as well. Okay. All right, so that was my swimming yesterday. The only thing is the shower wasn't very good in it. It's more like a communal shower. Back over on the gym side, they have really good showers on the gym. You jam down that button. They got those awful buttons that come out slowly. You get about 30 seconds of water, then the damn thing stops. Well, if you get your little key and tie it around it, it holds the button down like that, you see. We've all sussed that one out, but not on that side. They had these 3, so I put the shower on. It just wasn't powerful. I do like a powerful shower, don't you? That's the one thing I've recently done at the caravan. As you know, I had my bathroom done in there, and I had the water heater changed. And what a difference that has made. Oh, it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, the difference that made. Alan's, is that right? Alan's staying in. Oh, hang on a minute. Where are we? Mixed Mowers, he's staying in New Year's Eve as it clashes with dress-up night. Dress-up night? What do you mean, Mick? Oh, you're not doing that, old Balami, are you? Are you dressing up as women now, dear? Is that on your show? Or is that, like, in private? Yeah, do you just do that in front of a mirror now and again for your own pleasure? Oh, my God. You see it with your own eyes. Look at that. Mick is going to dress up on New Year's Eve. Oh, God, that's frightening, that is. I thought you was a proper bloke, Mick. I'm really disappointed now. Yes. I might do it myself. Michael's eating too much turkey. Oh dear. Alan, does that mean you have to turn off the radio when you get a phone call? That will be next. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Well, Rachel's concerned because young viewers are watching. What? You never dressed up as a child in your mum's clothes? I did. And look what happened to me. Yeah, in mum's wardrobe, putting her dress on and all that. Yes, we all did that. Did you do that, Gary? That's my nephew Gary there. Did you do that with mum's clothes? Did you put her clothes on? Who dressed up in their parents' clothes? Come on. And boys, did you dress up in your mum's clothes, or was that just something I did? Oh, gosh. Excuse me. Oh, gosh. Oh, that's making me really hot, that coughing like that. Good. How are we doing for time there? I need to get down the shops. What is it? 10:30. I really want to go. It's not raining, is it? No, it's not. I want to go down the shops, come back, and I may well just go back to bed then because I just don't feel right at all this morning. In the Daily Mirror this morning, let me read you this little story here, boys and girls. Ungrateful, I think is the word I'm looking for here. Ungrateful. You know, sometimes you get... And I had the most wonderful Christmas presents this year. Wonderful, wonderful Christmas presents. Not one thing I didn't like. There wasn't a pair of socks. There wasn't any underarm deodorant. None of that crap. There were no crap presents this year from anyone for me. I had the most wonderful presents. Really did. But sometimes you might get something that you don't quite want or like. Should you tell the person? There's this woman today in the Daily Mirror, a woman who received, she says, a terrible Christmas gift from her aunt, has been left wondering whether she should confront her or not. So listen to the whole story before you reply on this one. The 21-year-old unnamed woman claims she's been given a fake Pandora charm. Now, I think that's a little thing. I think you've got a bracelet. If I remember rightly, this is a thing. You got a bracelet and you hang these little things from it. I don't know why anyone would want one of these, but nevertheless, a lot of the ladies like them, don't they? She claims she's been given a fake Pandora charm for the past 3 years, despite asking for a gift voucher instead. Now, I have a bit of a problem with people asking for Christmas presents, unless you are the one asking them what they want. You know, for someone to come up to me and say, "Oh, I want this and this, and this Christmas," I think that's outrageous. I do. I think Christmas presents are as much about the surprise of whatever it is, rather than receiving something. Indeed, if I may push my little boat out a little bit here, and I'm bound to upset someone when I say this, but my favourite Christmas thing this year was a handmade card, Happy Christmas card, on a scrap of paper as made by great nephew Harry. That was my favourite thing to receive this year. He went upstairs and he come back down. It was in a little envelope and everything. It was in an envelope, and it was a folded up piece of, writing paper with the little holes at the top so you can tear a bit. So it was torn out of a book of some sort. Happy Christmas, all in his own handwriting, and love hearts all over. That was my favourite thing this year. You can understand that. If you've got children, you'll know exactly what I mean. But if you received something you didn't want, what would you do? This woman explained her dilemma before asking people if there was a way she could resolve the issue without being an A&E, whatever that is. She said, "I don't really need any charms anymore, as my bracelet is pretty full anyway, and that she doesn't need to get me anything really for Christmas, as I'm 21. At this point, I don't really expect anything." Now, I know what aunts and uncles are like. One of my aunts continued to send me £10 for my birthday and my and Christmas way into my 30s and 40s. Because to your aunt, you are still that 5-10-year-old boy, girl, whatever. It's like my nephew. You know, he's 30, 34, 33, 34, 35. I still see him as my 8-year-old nephew. And my niece, even more so my niece for some reason, there she is. She's got her own family, early 30s, little boy 7, little girl 6, little boy 2. No, she's still 5 years, 6, 7 years old to me. I remember her holding my mate's hand as she was walking across the car park in Bracknell. That's the image of her I still get in my head. I don't necessarily see her as a very successful mum with 3 beautiful children and a husband and a lovely life at the moment in Cyprus. So yes, we do continue. So when aunts, I mean, how bloody ungrateful are some people? Who do you think you are? She says, I opened it, and of course it's a fake Pandora charm. Sorry, I missed out a sentence there. We present swapped with them yesterday. Present swapped? What's that? What's present swapped? Oh, I see. You're talking about her aunt. We present swapped with them yesterday, and this morning I had a peek in the bag, wondering what she'd got. I spotted a small box for me, and at this point I knew what it was. I opened it, and of course it's a fake Pandora charm. From feeling my sister's present, I'm certain she got some shower gel from the Body Shop. So she spent about £10 on my sister, meaning my Pandora charm, meant to be upwards of £30, is clearly not genuine. How rude. I'm not necessarily being ungrateful. Are you for real? You are being ungrateful. Shut your mouth and enjoy it. If you don't want it, give it to someone else. Don't tell your aunt. Awful. What about her feelings? I'm not necessarily being ungrateful, but I don't understand why she got my sister what she wanted, but went out of her way to get me what I didn't want. That isn't at all useful for me, and it ends up in the bin. Well, you are just ungrateful, spoilt brat. And I don't care how old you are, whether you're 20, 30, 40. She then goes on to say, I really don't mean to sound entitled. I'd rather get nothing than have her spend money on something that's clearly fake. Well, hopefully she'll be reading that story and she won't get you anything next year. She added, I'm just a bit tired of getting the same crap over and over. It's disappointing to think, oh, maybe she got me something useful, and it turns out she didn't. It's seen some Reddit. Reddit is like a chat thing that they all talk to each other. You know, sad, lonely people that are on chat boxes all day talking to each other. Anyway. It seems Reddit users disagreed with her about confronting her aunt, and many said she was an arsehole. One said, you sound really pretentious in this post. Your aunt knows you have a charm bracelet and is thoughtful enough to give you a charm for it, and you want to confront her because she didn't pay enough? That is so rude. And another added, while I can understand you being upset and frustrated with receiving fake charms, you do seem ungrateful. So there you go. Would you tell your aunt that she'd given you something you didn't want? How absolutely rude and I don't know what the word is. I think that is awful. Awful. The same as people sending around lists of what Christmas presents they want when they haven't even been asked. You know, it's a different thing, you know. What would you like for Christmas? Oh, I'd quite like something. No, that's okay. Some people send around lists. Oh, that's not what it's about at all, is it? Anyway, what do you think of that? What do you think of that? Let's see what you're saying there. Well, let me just scroll down there. What are we talking about there? Thank you, Mr. Gregorian. Armenian Christmas is on the 6th of January. However, we also celebrate the 25th of December, but we only get one present. I understand. Do you have Christmas carols in Armenian church? on Sunday. What, you know your church now, where is it again? It's, I know you've told me before. Where is your church? Do you have an organ in there and someone plays the organ? Do you have Christmas carols? Is the Mass similar to a Christian Mass, like either Catholic, Methodist, Church of England? They're all very, very similar. Is it a similar thing to that? Is it in English in an Armenian church, the Mass? Or what do you call it? Is it just called a service? I don't know much about it, really. Morning to Roy the boy. Hello to you, Roy. Welcome to the show. Rachel got a wonderful surprise this Christmas, a 1.8 scale. What's a 1.8 scale? Talking to scales, I've weighed myself this morning. Not too bad. Not too bad. I was hoping to be, because I got to 13 stone 4.2 on Monday. I expected to go up, okay, over the Christmas period. I said to myself, right, okay, well, if you're below 13 stone 7, be happy. I'm 13 stone 6.4. So I'm pretty pleased about that. I'm pretty pleased about that this morning. It hasn't gone up too much at all. Although I have to say, I didn't really have that much chocolate. I had a few handfuls of sweets, but I didn't sit there and have the entire tub, which I have done before. You know, endless bars of chocolate. I had a very nice bar of chocolate from Diane Jebb, which she sent through the post, didn't you, Diane? You lovely day. Chocolate, dear. Lovely, dear. Lovely. Alan Wainwright puts the wife's big knickers on if I can not find any of mine. Not the lacy ones, they chav too much. Good morning to Ray Reynolds. He was there at the karaoke last night. We had a nice time. It wasn't particularly busy, as I say, last night. But I think we had a good time. We actually finished last night about 11:15, Ray. We literally ran out of singers there. Okay. Heidi, you've never bought me a Christmas present and I've known you for 30 years. Well, that's not the sort of thing we do, is it, Heidi? You're not on present sort of relationship with me. There's only a few people on present relationship with me, dear. I tell you that now. You don't just buy presents randomly for people. You've got to I think you shouldn't buy anyone a present unless you really, really want to buy one. And all these people that go to blooming Poundland and places like that just for the sake of giving them something, you know, which will just end up in the bin or unused. That's just a complete and utter waste of money, you know. It really is. Regifting is better than moaning, says Fran. Yes, you could give it to someone else, but I wouldn't tell Aunt, you know, I don't want this, so I'm giving it away. You know, there's nothing wrong with a white lie, I don't think, Fran. You know, if Aunt says, oh, where's that thing I bought you? Oh, I can't find it at the moment. I'll look for it later. And, you know, just leave it at that. A little white lie, I think, is perfectly acceptable to stop people's feelings being hurt sometimes, you know. How did she know it was fake, says Roy? I don't know. An Amazon wish list. What's that? What's an Amazon wish? I don't know what that is, Mick. An Amazon wish list. What is that? Classic Restorer. Can I put it in my list now with you for next year? I'll buy you all something really nice if I end up on the same money as the little Irish bloke on the BBC. I can never remember his name. Norton. Graham Norton. He's on a fortune, isn't he? Oh, Rachel, it's the size of my model car. She got a model car, bless her. Fran, same as some people sending around wedding list of what they want. They were just rude. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm the same with wedding lists. On the other hand, I suppose the wedding list is quite a sensible thing, really, Fran, when you think about it. Otherwise, you end up with 5 toasters from Asda, £5 each or something like that. Good. Don't be knocking Poundland. I've been getting my wife's gifts there for years. I'm sure you have, Mick. I thought you'd been making your wife's. Have you got one of those sheds like some of the other blokes have on your channel? I was watching that the other day. There was a bloke there. What was his name now? I can't remember because I was watching it around Gary's house. Gary, I tell ya. What was the one with the shed? He didn't say. He kept disappearing to the back of his shed. He didn't really say much. Who was that? Could you not at least buy me something for my new home? There you are, see, Heidi. You're asking for stuff now. I can't stand that. Are people asking for stuff? Dear me, you mustn't ask for stuff, Heidi. Can I have this? Can I have that? It's rude. It's rude to be asking for stuff. Really, can I have this? Can I have that? Can you do this? Can you do that? No, dear, no. No asking. I don't want any pound shop stuff, thank you, Mr. Classic Restorer. Not for me, thank you very much. Right, shall we do today's raffle tickets? Right, who wants a raffle ticket? The next raffle is on Monday morning between 9 and 10 o'clock. If you're watching a recording of the show, get your raffle ticket by recording. Oh, there was one I missed out this morning. I think I've got to do a... Oh, hang on, I keep getting the wrong blooming thing up. There you go. Email me if you want a raffle ticket and you're watching a recording of the show. Okay, to that email address. Who was it now? MP Dodsworth, I think it was. MP Dodsworth, I haven't done your raffle ticket from earlier this morning. Sorry, I meant to do that before we started the show. So you'll get probably 2 consecutive numbers, okay? Because I haven't done your one. 70, 71, 76, and 81. Right, here we go. Armenian Christmas carols this year was on the 20th of December. Singing in Armenian and English. Divine Liturgy is in Armenian. However, the books are in Armenian and English. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. Right, here we go. Wonder Woman. She's first today. Rachel. Rachel Wheatland. Thank you, Rachel. 760. 761 is for Heidi. Thank you, Heidi. 7. Where are we now? Sorry, Heidi. 762 for Sean Pye. 763, Tony King. I don't know why I read you the numbers, because no one writes them down anyway, do they? Tony King, there we are. Jason Hughes, 764. 765, Fran Green. 766, Diane Jebb. 767, Colin Kay. 768, Roy the Boy. Have you got a fridge magnet yet, Roy? Have you won one yet? I just wondered, actually. Kensington. Ah, okay, you're in Kensington, is it? Right, okay. That's where my school church is, Kensington. You'll know that one, the Brompton Oratory. That was my school church. Yeah, the entire school used to walk from Fulham. London Oratory went to from Fulham to on holy days of obligation, yeah. Alan Wainwright, 769. Mix Mowers, instead of a ticket, can you blow me a big kiss instead, that I will still be a winner? There you go, Mick. All right. Would you like to nibble your? Would you like me to nibble your ear as well? I quite like doing ear nibbling. Adrian Richardson, 770. 771, Ross Herndon. Good morning, Ross. 772, one man in his Sprinter van. 7, Roy hasn't won yet. Okay. Gary Butler. 4 tickets. Oh, that's nearly a timeout, that is, Gary. You're taking a mick, you are. Gary Butler, 773. Actually, Gary's never won anything either, has he, come to think of it? You've never won a fridge magnet, have you? Gary's never won a fridge magnet either. Don't forget, if you're watching a recording of the show, email me in for your raffle ticket. I'll reply to you with the ticket number, okay? 774. Michael Pullman. Michael Pullman. Ah, yes, Michael, you won a fridge magnet last week, didn't you? I did say I was going to send it off today. That'll be going off this morning, okay? Michael. SOS Gregorian, 775. Mick's gone red. Your lips will go red by the time I finish with it. I bite lips. All right. Is that it? Okay. I think that's it. Have I missed anyone out? Please speak now if I've missed out your raffle tickets, and I shall correct that. If I haven't done that already, please speak now. If I haven't done your raffle tickets immediately, my darlings. And let's do today's birthday. Oh, it's yesterday's birthdays as well, because we weren't here yesterday. So today's birthday. Should we do yesterday's birthdays first? We'll do yesterday's birthdays first. Yesterday, Friday, December the 27th, Martin Bryan was 73 years old. Yesterday, where's my music gone? Was 73 years old yesterday. Happy birthday for yesterday, Brian. Emma Cross. Oh, that's Charlotte's mum, isn't it? Good morning, Emma. Happy birthday to you for yesterday. Huggy Maguire. Oh, she turns up at the karaoke. Lovely character. 38 years old yesterday. And Domi Humblet. It was his birthday yesterday, so happy birthday to you lot for yesterday. Only 2 today. Kenny Braithwaite. Good morning, Kenny. All right, 63 years old today. And Stephen Vavrick today is 41 years old. Happy birthday, boys and girls. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Did I see LaBelle wants a raffle ticket? You're 776 LaBelle. LaBelle is 776. There we are, Rachel Wibbin. Wishing people happy birthday there, my darlings. Joanna. All right, Joanna. 777. Joanna. Evola. The same as the plane. 77. Oh, it was a plane crash, wasn't it? Was it Russia? Plane crash, people died yesterday. Terrible. Is that everyone? Is that everyone's tickets? Heidi's off to watch RuPaul's Drag Race. You enjoy that, Heidi? All right, darling. That's everyone. There we are. There we are. Good. Excellent. A little bit later on today, 4 o'clock UK time, you can see the Retro Restore show. That's here on YouTube as well. Search for the channel Retro Restore. There'll be a live show from my brother-in-law and sister at 4 o'clock UK time. Oh, look at that. Trevor Campbell just getting in at the end there. Thank you, Trevor. Trevor Campbell, 778. 778 for Trevor there. All right, well, I'll see you again tomorrow night. The bingo's at 8. We usually start before then. We have a little bit of a chat before the bingo. So if you can join us tomorrow here, exactly on the same place you are. And I'll see you tomorrow night around about 7:30, 7:45, ready for the bingo at 8 o'clock. See you soon. Bye-bye now.